What is going on? Welcome to today's YouTube video. In today's video, we are covering 5 foods that will support you massively in your journey to lose fat, get shredded, and I know they've certainly served me in my journey to get super lean this summer. So without further ado, let's get into the video. What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian DaCosta of briandacosta.com. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, dropping your first like, dropping your first comment, and if you are a seasoned subscriber as of the last 2-3 years, thank you for sticking around, giving me your trust and your time. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's cut to the chase. I've been in a fat loss phase. I am 3 weeks out from a competition right now, my first natural bodybuilding show. It is in Sacramento on July 20th, 2019. It's 2 days before my 28th birthday, and that's perfect because my mom and my sister are coming out from the East Coast, from West Virginia to support me at the show, and then we're having a nice little 2-3 day venture around Sacramento / San Francisco area. Gonna hit up a winery or two, may drink a little bit. It's gonna be a good time, but for the next 3 weeks, there is no alcohol. There's actually really the 5 foods that I'm gonna talk about here, amongst others. So let's get into it. Number 1 is sugar-free ketchup. And this is something that I use quite often. Probably a little bit more than I should because as we know, or you should know, using sugar-free options that have artificial sweeteners like sucralose, aspartame, there's a lot of controversy around it. It may not be the healthiest for our short-term memory, our memory in general. Also, there is a lot of study that states that if we take in sweeteners, it will actually increase our appetite, will increase our hunger because we're actually tricking our body, giving our body the signal that we're taking in sugars, which are carbohydrates, glucose, and we're actually not taking in any calories. And then 30 minutes later, when we take in the sweetener, we are actually hungrier. So I know I'm kind of selling you guys away from using the ketchup, but I do think it's valuable to be used in small quantities, once a day max, just to bring a little bit more flavor to your food. Because as we know, when you're dieting down, you're limiting your calories, you're monitoring closely your macronutrients, your proteins, your carbs, your fats. And a lot of the foods that we take in that are nutrient dense can tend to, especially whole foods that we promote, tend to be a little bland. So the sugar-free ketchup, specifically Heinz, has a great one that I find in most grocery stores is an awesome option for you. Perfect segue into the next one, number 2. Is sugar-free maple syrup. So, and I'm obviously dropping some B-roll over the screen to show you guys the specific brands that I use, but there are many other brands that I'm sure taste amazing. These ones I can vouch for 100,000%. The Maple Groves sugar-free maple syrup is absolute fire. I'll put it on breakfast in the morning, I'll put it on eggs, I'll put it on turkey sausage if I have that every once in a while. Obviously I'll put it on pancakes, I'll make some protein pancakes. You guys can get creative with these condiments, right? On the ketchup and on the maple syrup. And especially when you're in a fat loss phase, weird things start to taste good that otherwise wouldn't taste good when you're not in a fat loss phase. So who knows? Now I'm not saying to put like maple syrup on your broccoli, but honestly, at this point for me, that actually sounds like it may be good. Crazy, right? So anyways, take that for what it's worth. These 2 are big staples for me. Also, I have a squeaking problem with my throat apparently. Next one, and this is gonna be a big well duh moment, but it's vegetables, okay? Steamed vegetables specifically, shying away from using oils and fats to bring out the flavor in vegetables. Obviously we know when we add a lot of salt and oil, fats to vegetables, they taste like candy. Well, unfortunately we can't do that with oil in a fat loss phase. With salt, specifically pink Himalayan sea salt, gonna talk about that in a second, is a great way to spice up the flavor of vegetables. Guys, don't cut out salt, by the way. Don't cut out sodium in your diet. Any coach or anyone tells you need to limit your sodium intake, just fire them and just say goodbye. There's a lot of benefits to taking in sodium and salt in a fat loss phase. It's actually very important for our body. But back to the subject at hand, steamed vegetables dropping on the screen. Usually what I gravitate towards. And I'm also showing you guys these top 5 foods for efficiency, right? Because, I come from a corporate accounting background, working a 9 to 5, didn't have all the time in the world. I couldn't be steaming up my vegetables on the stovetop or in the oven every single day. So this is a great option. I like Steam Fresh. from, I believe it's Bird's Eye is the brand. There's many different brands. If you just pop in the grocery store in the freezer section, there's usually like a 10 for 10 deal. You can get like 10 bags for $10. Vegetables are very inexpensive, and that's what, it's always confusing to me when people say, I want to eat healthy, but it's just so expensive. Actually, eating healthy is less expensive. Try going out to eat and getting super fatty foods all the time, see how much you spend, versus going to the grocery store and buying smart, buying some rice in bulk, buying some vegetables in bulk, buying some meat in bulk. Actually, go ahead and just YouTube search healthy grocery haul for under $50 or under $100. Guarantee you find 10 fire videos. Just to dispel that. Steamed vegetables, they help with satiety, feeling full because of the fiber content. You know, for men, we usually, the rule of thumb is taking 10 grams of fiber for every 1,000 calories roughly. So for me, I'm taking in about 2,600 calories a day on this fat loss phase. I can take in a little bit more. You can take in a little bit more than that, but for a man my size, around 190 pounds, a little less at this point, it's about 30 grams of fiber. And fruits and vegetables specifically, because fruits are more calorically dense, higher in fructose, higher in sugar. Vegetables will really help you with that fiber intake. And then not only that, but the sheer volume of the food, the sheer volume of vegetables goes along to serve that satiety that I spoke on earlier, where you're feeling full on less calories, on less food. And that's really what we look for, especially in a fat loss phase. You know, I'd love for you to compare taking in 100 calories of peanut butter versus 100 calories of cauliflower. The feeling you're gonna have afterwards, there's really not a comparison there in terms of satiety and feeling like you're full. One quick caveat I will add to taking in vegetables. Obviously we know vegetables are very important for micronutrient intake. It's way beyond just macros, IIFYM, if it fits your macros. That's like a basic bitch introductory beginner course into losing fat and gaining muscle. We need to focus on the actual food quality as well, okay? Yes, the law of thermodynamics states calories in, calories out is a real thing. I acknowledge that. If you take in more calories than you burn, you're not gonna lose fat. That's the truth. We focus first on controlling our macronutrient intake, protein, carbs, and fats, but there's many different layers below that once you navigate into the realm of micronutrients and phytochemicals and all of these things, right? The quality of the food itself, super important. And vegetables, if you take in too many on a fat loss phase, they can really upset your stomach potentially. So this is not permission for you guys to go balls to the wall, taking in so many freaking vegetables, because I'm telling you, you're gonna have gas out the wazoo, you're gonna upset your stomach, and it's just simply not gonna be a good situation. So with everything, there's a blanket assumption here with the things that I'm sharing that we don't overdo it, okay? No matter how healthy the food is, there is such thing as overdoing it, and there are adverse effects to taking in even the most healthy food, right? It's an unavoidable reality. Next food that we're gonna cover is red meat. Now, I'm gonna make a statement here, and some of you may scoff at this, but it's simply a fact. Red meat has way more health benefits than white meat, than poultry, than turkey, than chicken, and my main source of meat on this contest prep has been red meat. Now, what do we hear about red meat? We hear, oh, but it's higher in fat. Well, yes, that is true, but we can also get lean cuts of red meat, right? We can get lean cuts of pork, we can get lean ground beef, fun fact. And not only that, guys, but I'm not sure if you guys have ever paid attention to the work of Stan Efferdine, extremely intelligent human being in the fitness space, coaches some of the best in the world, strongmen, physique competitors. He's been like shredded over 300 pounds with abs. Like the dude is absolutely insane. I believe he's a doctor, and he prescribes something that he calls the vertical diet. He's been speaking on this, I believe, for 20 to 30 years. I was actually listening to a podcast with him and BPAC, Ben Pekulski, who owns MI40 Gym out of Tampa, the other day, and two extremely intelligent minds, and they both agree on the extreme benefits of red meat over white meat. Specifically the nutrients B12, zinc, iron. Now, I am not a registered dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist, so of course I'm gonna stay in my lane here, but briefly I will highlight B12 supports red blood cell production, which red blood cells shuttle oxygen to the muscle, which is extremely important for performance. Zinc is great for immunity, boosting the immune system, avoiding getting sick, things like this. And then The next one was iron, which iron supports also the immune system. It supports your performance in the gym, strength, and also it reduces fatigue. These are things that are found naturally in red meat that aren't found in white meat. And not only that, we understand the importance of testosterone versus estrogen when it comes to maintaining muscle in a fat loss phase and gaining muscle in a surplus. Now, it's important to understand that white meat, specifically like poultry, has higher levels of estrogen, which is not a good thing when it comes to supporting muscle growth, whereas red meat has higher traces of testosterone and supports muscle growth that much more. So guys, when it comes to red meat, obviously pay attention to the macronutrients, right? The protein and the not the carbs, there's no carbs in either, but the fat and the protein, right? So I would just be sure, don't have a takeaway of this be, oh, red meat, okay, I can go balls to the wall with a big flank steak followed by some filet, followed by a ribeye, followed by a T-bone. No, we can't do that because that's super fatty, all right? So we still need to pay attention to the fat intake, but understand the mineral, micronutrient, vitamin load of red meat is much more impressive than white meat. So I highly encourage you to introduce that into your diet and prioritize that over white meat consumption. Next one is peanut butter. So peanut butter is my love. I fucking, pardon my French, love peanut butter. I would, if I get married in my life, it will be peanut butter. And if it's not peanut butter, it will be my best man. I have an irrational obsession with peanut butter, and not even when I'm in a fat loss phase, when my body really notices I'm lower in fat. This is even when I'm in a surplus. I love it. I don't know what it is about peanut butter, but I've developed this unavoidable affinity towards it. But here's the thing. The harsh reality of peanut butter is it's very high in fat, right? We know this. So how can we avoid that? Well, PB2 is freaking amazing. And dare I say, not only is it like 75% less fat, but they do, very impressed with the company and how they formulated it. The food scientists there must be fucking amazing. Love you guys, if you happen to find this video. It tastes really good. It's not like one of those peanut butter flavors where it's like, bullshit, this doesn't fucking taste like peanut butter at all. This tastes like chalk. It's not that way. It really does taste like peanut butter, and it comes in powder form, and you just throw in a little bit of water. You can mix that in. I'll even like sprinkle it on top of pancakes. And if you love that peanut butter flavor, which I freaking love it, it's a great option. Now, for some people, they don't really like PB2, and some people have shared with me like, it's just not the real thing. I can understand that too, because it is pretty damn low in fat, and to get that true peanut butter flavor, it's kind of unavoidable to have the fats increase a bit. So the next thing you can do is go to this brand that I've personally found, I find in many grocery stores. It's called Naturally More. And if you don't find it, I would go as far as to say order it, because it is that good. Naturally More is a natural peanut butter, which it doesn't have hydrogenated oil, which hydrogenated oil is in your Skippies, it's in your Jifs. Hydrogenated oil increases the risk of heart disease. It's a really bad thing. Not only that, but Skiffs and the Jiffies have a lot of added sugar. We want to avoid those at all costs. I don't take those in. But here's the thing, Naturally More, this, not only is it higher than fat than the PB2, but it's lower in fat than most peanut butters, and it's higher in protein. You get more protein. It's the same amount of calories. It's about 170 to 200 calories per 2 tablespoons. I believe it's 170. So on the lower end, actually, caloric intake per 2 tablespoons, which is good. But it has less fat, even than like if you were gonna get reduced fat Jif, it still has less fat than reduced fat Jif, but it tastes freaking amazing. So Naturally More is a great alternative if PB2 just simply isn't working for you. So that's number 5, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, but before we end, I know I've been going a bit long here. Damn, we've really been going long. Really quickly is water. So hear me out here. This is the bonus. This is number 6. Water intake is so important, but all water is not created equal. So something that I've been paying attention to on my fat loss phase is not simply taking in store-bought like spring water, basic bitch water, or tap water. I've been taking in enhanced water with calcium, potassium, and magnesium, because fun fact, guys, and this ties back to the comment I made about salt intake, sodium intake, specifically pink Himalayan sea salt, which, guys, nix table salt, okay? It's not all created equal. Table salt is manufactured in a facility. It's absolute crap. There's not many minerals and nutrients in there. Go to pink Himalayan sea salt. It has like 50 plus different minerals in there that support our body massively. And I will enhance my water with pink Himalayan sea salt, or I'll buy pH water, pH balanced water. We've seen that grow in popularity a lot in the last 6 months to a year, where it's enhanced with these important trace minerals, which is, like I said, magnesium, potassium, and calcium, which actually goes to hydrate us. See guys, the water itself doesn't actually really hydrate us, and peeing clear isn't actually a sign that we're adequately hydrated. Yes, I know this is probably something you're hearing and you're like, wait, my mind is blown, what? I've never heard this before, but it's the truth. It's really the quality of the electrolytes, which electrolytes are just sodium, salt, that we take in with the water. That's why Gatorade has become so popular in the last 10, 15, 20 years. Now, granted, it has a shit ton of sugar in it, which is not good, but it also introduces sodium, like the potassium, the calcium, the magnesium, which is very helpful for recovery, for adequate hydration. So how can we get the benefits of Gatorade without all the sugar and the calories? Well, we drink like pH balanced water or enhanced water with these minerals, and you can add pink Himalayan sea salt to your water if you're gonna get it from the tap or from the filtration system on your refrigerator, and it's a great option. Last thing I'll say is adding a bit of lemon to your water is extremely helpful for nutrient uptake. And if you can get sparkling water as well, because the sparkling water helps with satiety, kind of like the diet sodas, which diet sodas are very controversial because they do contain a lot of artificial sweeteners and can actually make you much hungrier. You get addicted to them, you end up drinking like 10 Diet Dr. Peppers in a day, and you're just craving sweets all the time. Carbonated water, sparkling water, it is a great option. Like Perrier, I freaking love it. Feeling super classy, driving in my whip with my Perrier water, with my pink Himalayan sea salt and my lemon. I'll even get the lime flavored Perrier where I can add some lemon, or the lemon flavored Perrier. So either way guys, introduce these options to your diet in your fat loss phase and you're gonna be set up in a much better way to win, all right? I created this channel to help you guys get fucking shredded, stay shredded for life, be shredded for life, and give you guys the tools to win. That's really what this is for. Sure, it's to document my journey too, but with that being said, everyone gets to win. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please implement these. Don't just watch the video and then run away from it without implementing. Plus, I shouldn't have to twist your arm here. These are awesome options in a fat loss phase that make your life easier. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please go ahead, share it out to someone who may benefit from it. Please drop a like, drop a comment, add your 2 cents. If you agree with me, please say so. If you disagree with me, please say so. And subscribe if you're not, of course. So without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. We are 3 weeks out from the competition and we are trucking on the videos. I'm tired, but we've got cardio, we've got training coming up, so let's hit it. Love you guys, peace.